Footballers have come to terms with the fact that injuries are part of the game, but it becomes a problem when the injuries become too often. Many careers have ended because of injuries, with players like Jack Wilshere and Daniel Sturridge serving as prime examples. Once hailed as future legends, their journeys were marred by a relentless series of injuries that turned their promising paths into tales of what could have been. So in this video, we'll mention 10 players who had their careers cut short by injuries. Before we continue, remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's start with Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard's tale is a classic case of a meteoric rise followed by a sharp decline, thanks to the unwelcome guest of injuries. After spellbinding the Premier League with Chelsea, becoming a club legend with his magical feat, Hazard's dream move to Real Madrid in 2019 turned into something of a nightmare. The Belgian wizard found himself in a recurring loop of injuries. Over 4 years, he played a meagre 76 games for Madrid, a number dwarfed by his time on the treatment table. Goals were scarce too, just 7 in total. It got to a point where Hazard, fed up with the relentless cycle of comebacks and setbacks, decided to call time on his career at just 32. A story of what could have been cut short by the cruel twist of injuries. Switching to Paul Pogba. His journey is one of unfulfilled potential, marred by persistent injury woes. Touted as the most talented midfielder of his generation, Pogba's career trajectory took a hit with his transfer to Manchester United. The Frenchman's brilliance was sporadic, overshadowed by a series of injuries that kept him more in the physio room than on the pitch. The 2022 World Cup? Missed it. His second stint at Juventus in 2022? Marked by a paltry 12 games. Pogba's career now hovers around the question, what could have been? Injuries didn't just limit his playtime, they curtailed a career that promised footballing immortality. The third name on the list is Alexandre Pato. Alexandre Pato burst onto the European football scene at just 18, joining AC Milan, the then champions of Europe, in 2007. With the agility of a gazelle and the precision of a master archer, he quickly made a name for himself. Crowned the Golden Boy and Serie A Young Footballer of the Year in 2009, Pato wasn't just breaking records, he was setting them. He was the youngest to score in a senior FIFA competition, a feat that had fans and pundits alike whispering comparisons to the Brazilian legend Ronaldo Nazario. But just as his career was skyrocketing, injuries swooped in like an uninvited party crasher. Starting at 22, his body seemed to betray him. Milan tried every trick to manage his recurrent injuries in the books, but nothing stuck. In 2013, a return to Brazil seemed like a new chapter, but it was more of the same. A brief flirtation with a comeback at Chelsea in 2016 raised hopes, but it fizzled out faster than a damp firework. Now at 34, Pato's playing for Sao Paulo in Brazil. The next name is probably the biggest name on the list, Ronaldo Nazario. Before injuries took center stage, Ronaldo was a football deity. By his early 20s, he bagged 3 FIFA World Player of the Year titles, 2 Ballon d'Or awards, and even a European Golden Shoe. Imagine Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo peaking before 26, and then, suddenly, boom, the script changes. Injuries hit Ronaldo like a ton of bricks, halting what was arguably the most electrifying start to a football career. Sure, he won 2 World Cups, but every fan can't help but wonder, what if? What if his knees had held up? Could he have outshone the likes of Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo? We'll never know, but the guesswork is part of the game's charm. Marco Reus is another name synonymous with bad luck in the injury department. He's like that sleek sports car that's always in the shop. Reus could have been part of Germany's 2014 World Cup victory parade, but an ankle injury decided to play the party pooper, sidelining him just days before the tournament. And the universe's vendetta against his ankles didn't stop there. Come Euro 2016, a groin injury benched him. Fast forward to Euro 2020, post-season fatigue played the villain. And as if on cue, the 2022 World Cup saw him out again, thanks to, you guessed it, another ankle injury. If injuries were a league, Reus would unfortunately be its top scorer. Santi Cazorla, on the other hand, had a different kind of nightmare. Imagine you're one of the most technically gifted midfielders, a wizard with both feet, and then your own body turns against you. Cazorla's time at Arsenal from 2012 to 2018 was more like a part-time gig. It's like he spent more time on the operating table than on the pitch. He was out injured over 2 years, and things got so grim that he needed skin graft surgery to prevent his leg from being amputated. Talk about a career hanging by a thread. It's nothing short of a miracle that he's even playing football now. Cazorla's story isn't just about injuries, it's a horror show with a miraculous twist. Number 7. Thiago Alcantara. Thiago Alcantara seemed to have it all: the touch, the vision, the finesse. Yet, his career reads like a medical journal. From Barca to Bayern, and now at Liverpool, Thiago's brilliance has often been overshadowed by a frustrating series of injuries. You name it, he's had it. Knee, ankle, calf, the works. It's like his body's playing a game of Twister, and it's losing. Despite his talent, Thiago has spent more time in recovery than some players spend on the pitch. Imagine a full season of Thiago not playing hide and seek with fitness. We can all imagine the possibilities. Then there's Mario Gotze, the golden boy who scored the winning goal in the 2014 World Cup. Talk about peaking early. Post that fairy tale moment, Götze's career took a nosedive, thanks to an unfortunate combo of health issues and injuries. His move to Bayern Munich seemed like a dream, but turned into a bit of a nightmare. The hamstring injury was just the start. Soon he was ping-ponging between the pitch and the treatment room. Götze's move back to Dortmund was supposed to be a fresh start, but the injury gremlins followed him. At 28, he was at PSV, a far cry from the World Cup heroics. His story is less rise and shine and more rise and, oh, never mind. Jack Wilshere's career trajectory was less about a steep climb followed by a tumble and more of a series of frustrating hiccups. Touted as Arsenal's next big thing at just 19, he won the Player of the Season award with a swagger that screamed future legend. But alas, his ankles were seemingly made of something less sturdy than his footballing skills. Before he could even toast to his 20th birthday, Wilshere was already racking up more time in the treatment room than on the pitch. His injury record reads like a medical journal, a parade of fractures, strains and surgeries. Arsenal, ever patient, eventually had to wave goodbye when he was 26. Post-Arsenal, his career didn't just plateau, it was more of a case of lurching from one injury to another, ending with a premature adieu to the game at 30. Daniel Sturridge. Daniel Sturridge could have been England's striking sensation, if only his body had agreed. At Liverpool, he was more than just a partner in crime to Luis Suarez. He was a goal machine, until his body started betraying him. Hamstrings, hips, thighs, you name it, he injured it. Sturridge's time on the sidelines could have been a separate career in itself. Trophies? Sure, he won them, including 2 Champions Leagues, but mostly as a spectator in football boots. His unreliable fitness turned him from a potential headline act to a what could have been footnote. There you have it. Do you think we've missed any players? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Please like and share this video, and remember to subscribe to the channel and tap the notification button for more amazing videos.